Hello farmers and welcome back to Pallegney. I'm back at it spreading lime in our last field that requires it. Well, our last field, so I'm doing all of them anyways. But this one did require some lime, so definitely want to make sure we get this one taken care of. And once I finish this up, yes, I can go ahead and return the lime spreader. If I don't have much lime left in here and I'm trying to do it to where I don't have a whole bunch left, just return the lime back in it. Don't need any more lime pallets hanging around, and lime is rather cheap. So if it's like, under 1,000, I'll probably just return it with it in there. Upper right-hand corner, I do got 2 plowing contracts we got going on. I just fast forward through the rain. If you remember at the end of the last episode, it was raining out, and I just went ahead and fast forward and like, oh, 2 plowing contracts. Well, the John Deere's got the plow on there. Might as well go ahead and put it to work. You know what? It helps if you hit the right button to turn off the spreader for it to actually turn off so you're not wasting lime. So those plowing contracts should bring in roughly about $9,000 total, so not too bad. We'll probably end up doing field 52 after I get this done. And then I really don't have nothing else to do in the month of August. Yeah, I really am thinking probably not planting until next spring, so may not do any more field work this year other than the grass field, unless I find something in the sale page and we get like a direct drill or planter. Yes, I got one, but again, it's a 4-meter wide one, and I'm kind of looking to get something a little bit larger, if you will. I feel like we're going to get a harvester this upcoming winter. I feel like we should. Doesn't mean we will, but I think we will. I think we'll find one that we can that's suitable for us, and that way I want the least one next year, and I won't have to have all the crops be ready for harvest in the same month to try to save myself money. Although I try to, I planned it for it this year to be that way, but I ended up having the harvester for 2 days anyways. Hail damage will make you do that because, yeah, there was a hailstorm that was coming in. It's like, well, let's harvest half the fields, and then we'll just have to do the rest when they're ready for harvest after the hailstorm. Didn't want to lose too much in yield. I don't know how much, I probably end up spending more by keeping the harvester the extra night than I actually lost in crops from hail damage. I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but whatever. It's all fine. But anyways, yeah, we're just about done here. Putting this lime down. Oh yeah, we'll have to get back with the AgroStar in fertilizing the fields. I think I've only done 2 of them, so I got 3 more to do. Get that first stage of fertilization down, so that way when I do plant these fields, they're good to go. Alright, so I'm going to need a little bit more lime. Not going to get it done with what we have, of course. Can at least get to the end of this little section here, please. I would say that's good enough. Not going to worry about that little spot there. Probably need like 500 liters at most to finish this field up. And then, of course, we keep our eye on the sales page as we go through. I think we might actually get to cutting the grass today, which means we'll get to the month of October. Alright, be quick on the trigger for 500 liters. I said quick. You got 1,300. Well, yeah, okay. It only costs $240. Yeah, I'm surprised the lime spreading still isn't like a contractable job in FS25. There was a mod for it in 22, but the problem with that being is it took away from fertilizing contracts, which I thought in 22 paid pretty good. Alright, there we go. And we'll just double check on our fields here. Make sure I did get them all. And then I'll check which ones I need to fertilize, because I kind of forgot here. Let's turn off weeds. Let's turn off all that. So you have the field across the river. That's good. The goat pen field is good. This feels good. That feels good. That feels good. And the grass fields, you don't have to do. As long as you do it before you plant the grass, you're usually good to go. So I can return the Breedle spreader. Don't need that anymore for this year, and hopefully not for another 3 years. Yep, that's what we want to return. All right, and now I'll get back into here and just remind myself. Let's turn off that and turn on fertilization. So, oh, I did fertilize this field. So I just need to fertilize the 2 sorghum fields. All right. Probably take a worker a while to do the one that's near the farm, not across the river, because that's a weird shaped field. It'll take them a while to do the headlands. But I should not need this tractor again until it's time to cut the grass anyways. Yeah, if we don't get lucky with getting anything through the winter sales, which I don't think we're not going to get to that today. I don't believe that'd be probably a little bit too far ahead of us. But same thing, when we get to next spring, we'll see how our money situation is, and we may end up buying some more land. Preferably the ones around the farm, and hopefully, if they do plant in them, hopefully they plant something that we could use, or else I'm going to have to use this plow to tear up the crop. They'll probably plant like sugar beet and cotton. Yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, we were talking about that in one of the live streams recently, where we kind of think that AI farmers are planting more of the vegetables, not just the new vegetables, but you know, the vegetables from 22 as well, with the sugar beet. Sorry, not sugar beet, even though it wasn't 22, but the red beet, parsnip, and carrots. %, done, and the field we got to do is not far from here at all. There we go. Let's lift up the plow, and I think it's going to be, yeah, it should be this way. Just up over the hill. Cut across this farmer's field. And it should be this one right here. Alright, let's rip it on up. Again, I'll keep the plow for a while longer. Plowing contracts are about the only ones I'll probably keep on doing. I didn't mind doing the cultivating jobs in the beginning. Even though they do pay well, they do take a while to get done. Even with the big cultivators. But if I didn't do those type of contracts early on, we wouldn't be where we are today. 6 years in. I don't think we'll ever own any of these fields up here. We're going to be basically just buying right around the farm as it is, and probably across the river where that bridge is. Of course, we can always put in more bridges later on. But again, if you are playing on this map and you're wondering about that river is not that deep at all. You can drive basically every tractor through that river. You don't go deep enough to where it's going to stall out your engine, although maybe the smaller tractors it could. I can at least say with the AgroStar, which is smaller than this John Deere, that goes through the river no problem whatsoever. Just want to make sure my worker is going, and it looks like, yep, they are moving. Shouldn't take them long to get the field done. It's just a headland, it's an oddly shaped field, so they're going to do a lot of stopping and lining up and going 5 meters, stopping, lining up. Probably should have put them on the larger field, and I could have done that field probably quicker. I think this it's got to be the John Deere that's due for repair, because the plow is leased, and that should have been given to us at 100%. So the John Deere 6R is, or sorry, 8R, 6R. It's an 8R. needs some repair. Looking at, what, 60% maybe? 60, 70%? But also when we get to October, when we cut the grass, the bales in the shed, those will be ready. Those should be fully fermented. And that would give us a nice boost of money, like $70,000 or so. Well, this should be the last pass I need to do in the field. Sitting at 95%. And it's almost the same working width as the plow. It actually might be the same exact working width as the plow. Yeah, someone did mention that they're surprised this plow has not come up for sale yet. Every time I return it, they're expecting to see that plow in the sales. But so far, no luck there. Contracts, yes, complete. So 47.87 and 47.53. And I'm not going to do another one unless it's a huge contract, but no. There's a tree there. Alright, let's bring this back to the farm. We'll check on the AgroStar. I'll probably just let them keep on fertilizing. And we're going to go ahead and skip on through the rest of the day and into the night and into September. Checking the sales page every few hours or so. When I say every few hours, I usually check it like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And just before I go to bed when I wake up. So maybe sometimes around noon. I think most sale items will stay there for at least 12 hours. But I think once in a while I have seen some sale items disappear in like 5 hours. You know what? I'm over here. Let's go ahead and just top this off with some fuel. And then I'll probably also, when I get back to the farm, I should go ahead and repair this as well. It's almost $300 in fuel, which is really not that bad. Well, in real life, if I was leaving a fuel station and said, yeah, it's $300, I'd be like, that sucks. In Farm Sim, $300, it's like, yeah, I got that in my pocket. So right now the plan is to plant oats, sorghum, and... Oh, wait, canola is August. Ooh. For some reason, I always keep thinking for a long time until my brain snaps out of it that canola is in the spring, but canola is actually now. But let me go ahead and, like I said, fix the John Deere. Repair is, $76.82. Well, those plowing jobs we just did kind of paid for that. Oh, and the worker has completed their task. So that was like perfect timing. Let me just make sure you did actually complete your task. And he did. Congratulations. But now we're going to go ahead and get you in the other sorghum field. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, do I, at this point, because I should have been planting canola all along in the morning hours. Because with our... Oh, wait a minute, that planter does not do canola, does it? Is August the only month I can do canola? Canola. No, I can plant in September as well. Alright, so we'll go to September and I'll make up my mind then. But does my planter... No, my planter does not do canola. So I would have to lease the drill, which is probably the Momentum. Just going to let my worker keep on going. I assume we got enough digestate in the BGA, and if not, well, we will once we put those bales in October. Get away from there before I get sprayed with digestate. Yeah, so how much digestate do we have left, though? We'll have a look. 90,000. That should be enough to get that field done. All right, sale page. Let's have a look. Yes, same as I remember now. Let's go ahead and fast forward until the evening hours. And, well, a few things have disappeared from the list, but nothing new has been added. All right, let's sleep until 8 o'clock in the morning of September. Sun probably won't be fully up. It'll be bright enough, I do believe. And a little bit of fog. Well, the only thing they've added, a few things have disappeared, but they've added a header trailer, which we do not need. And the grass does have another month to go. As for contracts, no, nothing there. Yeah, so I think I do want to plant in some canola. The issue is, you know, that planter, that the Momentum is not that expensive to lease. Wait, where am I going here? Planters, right here. And let's see, if I just go ahead and get everything on it, and where to lease it, was it like 5,000? 55, 59. Yeah, we'll lease it. Now, you know, if we're going to do one field, I might do a couple. Because it'd be a shame not to do that. So, no mustard this year. We saw mustard and really nothing too excited. I might as well just plant canola because it looks exactly the same all the way through. Yeah, so maybe I won't be getting to cutting the grass this episode. I'll probably end up doing most of it in between episodes, and we'll go ahead and probably start next episode with it. Oh, actually, now I just thought of it, because I'm recording this way in advance. Today is, as I'm recording, it's Sunday. What's today, the 4th? Yeah, it is. Yeah, May the 4th be with you as I'm recording it. But when this episode goes live, Precision Farming should be out. So if you want to have a look at some Precision Farming, and you're watching this when the video goes live, you may want to check out my live stream, because we're going to be, should be on Dark Forest. And I should be activating Precision Farming on that. And we'll start getting our score up, I hope. Depends on where I'll be at that moment. Because as of right now, like I said, I'm recording this on Sunday. I don't know what time of the year I will be at when Thursday rolls around on Dark Forest. Do I want to do 3 fields of canola? I could do a field of wheat as well. I mean, I could just plant all the fields if I wanted to at this point. That way I don't have to plant next season. Why are you backing up here for when you got a whole bunch of material to load up over here that you had last season? Alright, let me load all this stuff up. It'll probably take me a moment or two. Alright, that took a moment or two, and I just realized when I was taking the seed out of there, because I got the plow. Let me do this now, but the problem is I did return the bridle spreader. And you might be saying, what's that to do with anything? Well, where the goat pen was, I want to plow that up and make that part of the field. Get some of that field back. So, I mean, a little bit of the field will require lime, but it is what it is, because I'm a moron and forgot to do that, so... Let me make sure I activate a lot of Create Field. Not the whole section, but just like that would be good. Alright, and make sure I turn off to allow to create fields. That way I'm not digging up my driveway. Yeah, just plop that anywhere. Which I'm sure in about 5 minutes I'll realize I parked right in front of something and I'll have to move it. Alright, plop that down, turn it on. And in goes the wheat. So yeah, this was a canola field last season, but this year is going to be wheat. And of course with the wheat, we will be able to put that into the grain mill, as you know. And of course with the straw, we can put that into the BGA. So I think I'm going to be planting all of my crop this month. But not in this episode. We'll get a couple fields done here. Probably put canola over in the field that's getting fertilized. And over here, we would do maybe like a field of wheat, a field of barley, and maybe a couple fields of canola. This has definitely become my favorite implement to use when it comes to drilling in the game of FS25 so far. I mean, it does everything. And, of course, I did modify it, though, to go from working speed of 7 miles an hour up to 11. 7 seemed just a little bit too slow for my liking. Actually, I just spent about an hour before recording this episode. I was fiddling around with the fish hatchery mod. I don't know if it's called the fish hatchery mod, but the mod where we can run a fish hatchery, because I was told, because I want to use it in my series for Dark Forest, I was told that thing loses money left and right, and I was doing some looking into it and testing on it before I started recording this, and I was like, oh yeah, that thing loses money, at least on hard economy. That thing loses lots of money. So I spent about an hour trying to get to where I made money, but not a whole lot of money from it. Just modifying mods sometimes just to make your play style a little bit more to your kind of game style. So if you have been looking at the fish hatchery mod, which came out about a month ago, if you have looked at it and thought you'll give it a try sometime, I will tell you this: on hard economy, don't even bother, because you're going to lose tons of money that way. Well, I say tons of money. If you were just put down the fish hatchery and on hard economy, ran it for a month and sold how many fish you got, you probably would lose like, what did I calculate? Like almost $2,000. That's not what you want. There were a few mods, and I remember in FS22 I had the same issue. The coffee beans, I think I used that in Hinterland, coffee beans. And to production that didn't really make much sense. The raw coffee beans paid pretty well. The roasted coffee beans, which took the procedure of taking the regular coffee beans and roasting them in a production building, man, did you lose money by doing that. You would think by doing extra procedure with the product, you would make a whole lot more. That's why sometimes it's good just to double check on a production building, not just assume that you're going to make money on it. So my worker got done, I do believe, over in the field across the river. And let me just see here, fully fertilized, which looks good. You can see here as I get around the headland of this field, we got a second stage of fertilization for that. So I think what we'll do here, because I got a lot of planting to do before we move on to October, probably a good idea to turn on some tunes for a little bit, because as I always say, that makes the job go quicker. I think, let's see, we'll put maybe like wheat in this field and maybe barley and that field right there. So finish up with wheat in this field, barley in the other, and then that'll leave the other 3 fields that we can do next time, I think. Maybe. We'll see how fast I get done with this one. If I happen to merge over to a 3rd field in the time lapse, then just pay attention and and I'll bring up to speed when we get done. Bring up to speed. We're going to be going pretty fast as it is right about now.
I said the last drink was the last drink. You make it hard to leave. We're telling secrets in the dark while drinking whiskey neat. I would fall in a second if you let me, 'cause you're all that I want. Could you let me in? The last drink was the last drink, but I don't wanna leave. I wanna get closer, don't want this night to be over. Wanna get closer, it's not over yet. We could go back to my place, 'cause I don't wanna waste no precious time. So let's go back to my place. If it's only for tonight, let's make it count. I love it, how your touch feels. I love it, how you look at me in my place. No, I don't wanna waste no precious time. You said the last kiss was the last kiss. Make it hard for you to leave. We're telling secrets in between the sheets. I don't want you to leave. I would fall in a second if you let me, 'cause you're all that I want. Could you let me in? The last drink was the last drink, but I don't wanna leave. I wanna get...
As I'm planting in these fields, I just keep on thinking, maybe I should just grow weeds for a living. They seem rather easy to take care of. They do grow in huge numbers. I will say, though, in precision farming in 25, if they're going to be spotty like they were in previous versions of the precision farming, we'll see what it's all about. Haven't really watched any videos on precision farming for 25. I don't know if anyone's done any yet. I don't know if any of the higher up content creators have access to early access and that stuff. I know Giants did list a few things, and I just haven't had the time to look at them. But as I said, if you're interested in seeing what precision farming is all about, I should be streaming it later on today on Dark Forest, the final chapter. That's the name of the map. I'm not saying it's the last episode. The name of the map is Dark Forest, the final chapter. So, yep, just maybe one more pass in this field, and this field of barley will be done. So we got the wheat field done. Yeah, I said the big field that was being fertilized last over across the river, that's going to be canola. And I'm thinking I might put more barley in the field to our left, up by the road. And where the goats were, I may put canola in that one as well. But it shouldn't take me too long to get those fields done. So it looks like next episode will be planting and probably some grass cutting as well. And we'll see how it goes. And if we get it done rather quick, we may just zip right on through the entire winter. Because with no animals really to take care of... Oh, yeah, I got the... Yeah, the mill's going to have a lot of stuff I got to take out of there with a telehandler and load up onto the autoloader. And bring up to the sell point. So a lot of traveling around. I wonder if I should just lease... I mean, it's not going to be too expensive to lease one of the low loaders. Semi-trailer. And the cheap one is this one, right? That's the cheapest one. No, the Demco is the cheapest one. And if I were to lease that, it would only cost $27.71. That's going to fit a lot more pallets than the other one that I use. Plus, I should be able to back this in there with a semi. I can just back this straight up in there, autoload a few, then get the trailer in there, and the telehandler can just bring them over by the autoloader, and we'll be able to stack it that way. So that's probably what I'll do. But 2 of the fields have been planted, which I completely forgot about. For some reason, I still got the mindset canola is a spring crop to plant, and I can't get that out of my pea brain, or peanut-sized brain, I should say. But luckily, I thought about it in time, and we got those 2 fields planted. Haven't planted canola yet, but we're working on it. Wait, did I get my AgroStar out of that field? No, I did not. All right, we'll bring you on over. I can see myself putting down more bridges in the future as well over this river. But right now, 1's enough. Yeah, and I was pretty pleased the way our header handled this field. I was kind of worried in some areas, like, I wonder if it's going to pick up the header too far and not harvest the crop. It did pretty well. Looks like the farmer did not harvest his wheat field over here. Looks like a wheat field. I think it was a wheat field. All right, let's put the AgroStar. Actually, the AgroStar, hang on a second. I do need to fertilize 1 small area here, and that's the one we just plowed where I created a field. So let's go ahead and... It may actually not even need it because it was previously a grass field, so it may have fertilizer already on it. But we'll go ahead and just make sure. One for the money, and 2 for the show. And if you're saying to yourself, what? 3 to get ready and 4 to go. Alright, that's done. I'll spare you the rest. Anywho, let's back this up, because this won't be needed until after I cut the grass field. Yeah, the other planter, I'm starting to feel like this planter here was kind of like a forced impulse buy when it came up for sale. Because I was thinking, it's the second time it's come up for sale. It's a 4 meter wide, which is, it's small, but it won't be that bad, will it? And it has been. That's why we keep leasing this thing. And maybe we'll get lucky this time when we return it. That will come up for sale, because that would be perfect. As for rolling, we don't want to do it, but 97% yield on the wheat field. And it should be the same on the barley field, 97%. I may get that 1 field up there planted with barley in between episodes, because it won't take me too long. And then that way we just have to plant canola in that one. And maybe I'll hire a worker for planting canola in that one up there as well. Or maybe we'll just have to time-lapse it just to get through. And then get through and probably time-lapse the grass cut as well. And we'll see how it goes. But yeah, as for the sales in the store... Oh, something else came up for sale. What the heck is that? Windrower. Okay, we really don't need that. We're all set. Our mowers already do the windrowing for us. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. And time to wrap it on up. And if you're still here, congratulations. If you want to, you can help me by hitting the thumbs up button. Does more than you know. Thumbs down button's there as well. You know what button does what. And if you're new here, you should also know that you should have hit that subscribe notification bell. That way you won't miss out on more content like this. But that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in Pallegney. But until then, have a good one. This is the farmer admiring his field.